Warning: this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewers' discretion is advised. This show may contain strong language and sensitive or controversial topics. We are not attorneys and are not providing legal advice. The views and conversations are our own thoughts and feelings, and therefore, purely speculation.
The entertainment world and beyond.
Skywalker, air miles, feeding on a surface, gliding on water, constricted and conflicted.
Welcome to Purely Speculation, a show that exposes the harmful effects of the criminal legal system. I'm your host, Heather Lewis, the Executive Director of the Reuniting Family Bail Fund and practitioner of participatory defense. On this show, you learn about the unspoken horrors of the criminal justice system and meet fierce allies and advocates. We will make the best of our traumatic experiences. We will get angry. We may even cry. We most certainly going to laugh, but one thing's for sure, we're going to keep it real. Welcome to Purely Speculation.
When they free my sins and let them loose, they was killing me, I got scars to prove, got me paralyzed, I could even barely move. Out the way I took the pain again.
Hey y'all, welcome. Season 2, episode 6, y'all. Trauma to Triumph. We have a glorious show for y'all tonight. We have a performer like none other. And as we celebrate Pride Month in June, it's to honor and recognize the LGBTQ comrades during the June 28, 1969 Stonewall Raid. And that was on the Stonewall Inn, which is a gay club in Greenwich Village in New York City, which led to 6 days of protest. And America's first gay parade was held on the anniversary of those protests. And so in honor of Pride Month and all the strides and all of the sacrifices that our LGBTQ brothers and sisters have to endure by the ignorance and just hatred and all of those things against people that are different, I want to introduce to you the foundress of the Gen Love Project, Jennifer Love Williams, y'all. I'm so honored to have you here. It is such a treat to have you. And I told you, but our guests don't know that I found Jennifer, and I've been wanting to engage with the LGBTQ community in regards to the criminal justice system, just because that's an unrepresented, not even underrepresented, unrepresented community, except for extreme, pockets that may do this work. And one of our funders, the Vera Institute for Justice, did a segment. You created a video, or you were the highlight of their June newsletter. And I don't normally read them. I'm one of those people that just kind of scrolls past it. And I said, let me meet Jennifer. And I click on and I watch the video and I'm like, this is my guest for the show. And so I hit you up, right? I hit you up on Facebook and Messenger, and I don't know what you were thinking. You're probably thinking, this old weirdo. I don't know who this person is. But we started chatting and communicating. You realized I wasn't this crazy person, or I'm a crazy person, but not harmful. So we engaged, and literally less than a week later, here we are, right? And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that you agreed and was brave enough to join us on Purely Speculation.
Well, I thank you for having me, and hello to all the viewers that's watching in real time and that will watch later on. Thank you for having me, and happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. So we were out
as well.
What? Say that again.
And happy Juneteenth.
Yeah, yes, that's coming up. So, like I said, I never get to show off my T-shirt, so I got to do this like weird stuff. So this was my T-shirt for Pride with Bert and Ernie. Yeah, so they're coming out of the closet, I guess. But so tell us the story of Jennifer Love. Like, is there a Pride history lesson? I mean, I like to do some research and try to, give some history and background and this and that. So is there any Pride history lesson that kind of, is part of your story? Did you know about the Stonewall riots and raid and all of that? You know what I mean? So there's like some of these things that, even us as Black folks, there's Black history that we're not aware of. So it's just like, all right, let's drop a little nugget on folks. Of that cover up back, we try to give some background knowledge. But tell us your origin story of how Jennifer Love was born.
Okay.
And that's a lot, so you can whatever you want.
And I'm here for it all.
Yes.
To be fully transparent, no, I didn't know anything about an L, a B, a G, a T, or any other of the other letters that make up the rainbow spectrum or the trauma spectrum. To be honest, I didn't know a lot about my own Blackness.
Right.
Until I got to college. I'm at a white college. Well, correct that. A Caucasian college. Railroad College of New Jersey in Mahwah. And in that space, the one good, I don't know if they still do it. Back then they made like all the students like had to come there. Like we had to check in 4th of July. So we're bonding during the summer and like full new freshmen. And then we're bonding again at SOAR, which is every newcomer to the school period, even if you're upperclassman, part-time, full-time. So I'm glad that they did it. So you come into the semester, your first semester here, feeling not lost, and in that space of not feeling just like I'm not like the new person on campus, I also got to meet a plethora of Black folk, which, no disrespect to no one, their lives was what I just started seeing on TV.
Okay.
And I try to make it very clear to people that I didn't grow up. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm a 70s baby. I just turned 48 on June 8th, right? I didn't grow up seeing a bunch of me on TV. My first time really seeing us on TV is The Cosby Show.
Right.
Picture perfect. When we get to a different world, that still gives you the blunt realities of life, but it always ends up neatly in a bow with a understanding.
Right, after 30 minutes.
Yes. Even the cartoons that we had, they always end up with a life lesson at the end of each 30-minute episode. And even when I see us in movies, like I didn't see Mahogany's and all this other kind of stuff. The black movies that I saw were dance movies, Breaking 2, stuff like that. And we're just talent. Crush Groove, we're talent. So it was nothing that I got to experience until I got to Ramapo, meeting a plethora of Black folk from Newark and from Patterson, which for me, even still, those two towns, I just only think of Black folk. And I'm so grateful to all of them being able to come back to their homes for the weekends, for their family parties, and watching the dynamics and having adults give me the respect of an 18-year-old adult. Whereas with my family, mommy and daddy over here was chicken hawks. Not in a perverted way. It was like, we're going to keep you and your brother on the straight and narrow. As long as we keep you there, you'll do what we say when we say it, how I say it. Don't worry about what I did. Just do what I said. Nevertheless, I'm meeting my bestie. It was a little bit of self-hate, but a lot of self-hate in the beginning. Okay. It was the way he walked, the way he just glared across the campus, down the hallways. I was like, I don't know what I was feeling, but it was giving me a ooh-ah sensation internally.
Okay.
Ultimately, we hit it off, and I was stuck to him at the hip. I had 1,001 questions even before I said anything. I just had a lot of questions. And his family became my family. My family became his family. Throughout the years, more of us gravitated to each other and made a more cohesive family. This is all in my previous life. And then finishing up towards the end of my first year, spring break comes. I'm hearing so much now because I've met some white queer people, so much about queer life. I don't have a desire to go on spring break. I need to go search for this queer life that they're talking about.
Wow. Wow. So prior to going to college, nothing exposed you to or had you feel connected to that world?
White people. But that wasn't, it was still something missing.
Right.
And there were Black people who assumed that I was active and stuff like that, but I wasn't. And then there was some people who felt they wanted to save me from the life and make me a husband and things of that foolish stuff like that. Ultimately, when I got to Greenwich Village for the first time, which was May 20th, 1995, my whole world changed. I was down at this time. For a little clarification, you have the Richard Bay Show, you had Jenny Jones, you had Ricky Lake, you had the original version of Maury Povich on NBC before he became poor Maury, you're not the father. You had Jerry Springer. Queer focus stuff was here, but they were really only showing Caucasian people. Every woman was masculine, looked like she drives a Harley, all reminded me of Large Marge from Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Right.
And every guy was like,
what boy, I'm telling you, taking me back with all these shows.
The term they call now twinks. Everybody had pink hair and little spiky necks. And I knew that wasn't me, but when we got here to Greenwich Village, when I tell you I seen the United Nations,
right?
I seen women, men, tall women, short women, big men, little men, nice bodies, no bodies. Wait a minute. I had so many questions.
Right.
And the most important thing was me seeing very urban Black men and very Mary J. Blige type women. Okay. So I'm getting to see your Horace Browns, because that was like a hot guy to me at the time. I'm getting to see a Horace Brown and a Church from Nerdy by Nature walking down here, and I'm like,
right. You're like, oh, I
I'm even getting to see these Mary J. Blige and Coco from SWV type women, and to later on learn what a femme queen was, which is now they call us trans women. At the time, we were called femme queens. And I was just like, I never want to leave. I just want to get back to school, do my classes for the week. I'm changing my schedule every other weekend so I can get back out here to the village. I just got, this is home.
Got the bug.
And in this process, I was being called she. They said, people kept saying my femininity was always natural. They just kept calling me she, and I didn't like it because television told me it was a bad thing, and everybody around me at home, regular life is not a good thing. Nevertheless, time moves on, and the talents that I already had for dancing and performing, and at the time I'm co-choreographing with my bestie the halftime show at our school. We had the trashiest ass basketball team, and we had a sorry set of Caucasian cheerleaders. No offense. It's these two little teenage Black boys, baby. We put together a whole dance troupe and was wearing that out. So much so that Reebok, who was sponsoring our team, also started sponsoring us. Now the school has a drawer.
Right.
Every what was it? Every Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday is a drawer, not just our own campus. Just coming, other schools are bringing their best dancers to see who gonna battle us. Our school, all the boys and the girls, is making sure that me and my bestie get to every college party through New Jersey because we about to battle.
Right.
It was all about the dance. We are about to battle everybody's top dancers, right?
Right.
It was a good time. And then just Jennifer, ballroom happened first.
I remember the balls.
I remember the balls. is when I truly get to learn femme queens, and I was just seeing this array, and I'm seeing tall, I'm seeing short, I'm hearing soft voices, I'm hearing masculine voices. Right. Nevertheless, what I was seeing was confident beings. And I'm like, ooh, but I still don't know how to address I think this is me. I always knew since a kid that I was meant to be a girl. My parents would tell you. Like I said, I'm a 70s baby. Before I hit kindergarten, I'm asking for an easy bake oven and a red polka dot dress. They will tell you so much so that when I got to kindergarten, they put me in therapy. How many kindergartners can say that you're literally going to therapy right after kindergarten? Because you keep addressing yourself as a girl. So this, and I grew up in one household with mommy and daddy, not a stepfather.
Right.
My biological parents, I'm literally born 11 days before their 1 year anniversary. So ain't no confusion of me not having a man in the household. I have uncles also. So that people are quick to say, oh, you didn't have a man in the house. Who? I had a whole man in the house and I had extra men around. What are you talking about?
Right.
What was destined and what was destined. Nevertheless, due to my talents, is how Jennifer got to be presented. How did I choose my name? I did not choose my name. The person who I thought was like my greatest love at the time, my 19-year-old pure self, he was a 29-year-old grown man, but you couldn't tell me that he wasn't my everything. He went to prison. And this is my first touch with prison. And he wrote me one day, he wrote Jennifer Love Murray. I got offended. This motherfucker married. The letter just sat there for about 3 or 4 days. I don't open the letter because I'm thinking like, you make a mistake and let your bitch at my house with your, not just your bitch, your wife. My parents are gonna judge me and everything else. They already don't like you because you're a grown man.
Right.
I'm grown. You are grown. Right. And it was getting to me by anxiety. So I finally opened the letter. And page 1, it was like 6 pages. At that time in New York, he was in New York. New York didn't have a limit. Like now they have a 5-sheet or 5-page limit. At the time they did. And as I'm reading, he was addressing me as my femme and my wife, my namesake, Jennifer Love Murray. Oh, this is
He's talking about me.
So friends and stuff started inside.
Okay.
It's like one of those, if you know type things were addressing me as Jennifer Love, and Jennifer Love Hewitt end up becoming more than just Party of 5. She becomes I Know What You Did Last Summer, and
right
on everything at this point in time. So that even catapulted my name. Right. And then enters my talent moment. Nobody in this village, they see us out here dancing at the clubs for the straight dudes who come out here to sell their little drugs. We were dancing for a crowd. And back then I was experimenting. So, okay, but you're going to hit me off with a little bit of cash and some weed and everything else. Go get me a 40 of St. Ives. I'm going to dance and draw you a crowd. And so ultimately when time comes and I take a dare. The dare was we were at a show, a drag show, and there was some drunk adults. I'm like 21. I didn't really spend no time as a gay male. Put it like that. I didn't spend I've been her way longer than I've been him. Right. And they were so drunk and irate. And so when the person on the microphone on stage looks this way, the first thing the rest of the establishment sees is a bunch of 20, 21 to 22-year-olds. So they're naturally assuming it's us. Right. And it's not. But you have to choose your battles, because if you become argumentative, you look guilty. Right. If you don't say nothing, you look guilty, but at least you look more respectful. Right. So let's just move. But a comment was made from the microphone that I would like to see you be a 6'2" man and get up here and be beautiful and talented. I immediately walked to the manager. I want to see that offer. He said, "Oh, so you got it?" I said, "I don't think." He said, "Okay, I'll give you 2 weeks." They said, "I'll give you 3 weeks." I said, "I don't need that long." He said, 2. I'll take it. And then I never looked back. When they asked me, my first performance, rocked it. I did Janet because nobody knew that I was the dancer already.
Right. They just thought how tall you were. You 6'2",
everybody already was in love with me as a soft gay male.
Right.
It was like before there was an Uncle Clifford.
Right.
I'm not gonna say my old name, but there was that with my natural long hair in braids.
Right.
It's my natural hair braided, and I already was wearing long nails, done professionally, just cut clean with my little cotton candy on them.
Yes.
And so when this moment happened, and they had like, "Oh, bitch, you got a pin, you rock that, you've been hot in that for all these years. All I thought you can do is doo-doo brown." I said, "I can do something." You know, I choreographed too. And they was just like, "So, sweetheart, what's your name?" And I said, at that moment, I was like, "Fuck that, Murray. It's Jennifer Love." And then and then it was like, at this time, everybody was trying to mold me into what they wanted me to be. Everybody wanted to be my mother, and I already had a father of the life because I go into ballroom first, which just connects me to the femme queens and more feminine gay men and more all the men weren't feminine. They were just solid. They were secure. They were confident. And then being in, like, spending a lot of time in Newark, New Jersey, downtown Broad and Market, I'm watching these men being just themselves, even the masculine ones holding hand with other masculine men, and these boys with their army fatigue and 5X t-shirts, they ain't saying nothing. I'm like, ooh. So I wanted to be a part of all of that. But I needed to be this, but I needed to command that respect. But then they let me know, got whoop some ass sometimes, and people don't fall back. So all of that ties into who Jennifer Love ends up being, even with a lot of arguments, because I didn't want to be a mini you. Yes, I had a lot of questions, but my questions were to, like, okay, well, how do you make a souffle? You tell me the ingredients, the cook time, let me tweak it myself and make it a Jennifer souffle. Let me be. And that's how it came to be. I never needed to know exactly what you did. I just needed to be like when you see a recipe on the back of the damn cake box. Give me that and let me go.
I'm gonna do it.
Right. You know.
So we're going to take a look at a couple of pictures. Now, I said, like, none of it's in chronological order. So you tell me when you see these pictures, tell me if there's a story behind it. Now, it may be, 2 or 3 years ago or however long ago, but tell us the story behind these pics that we're going to pop up on the beautiful Jennifer Love.
Oh. Do you want me to start now?
Sure, you could. Yep, tell us. So pop back to Jen.
Well, this is June 1st, 2024.
Really?
Yeah, that's literally. I just became. I just became Miss Gay New Jersey. That's my evening gown, and I won evening gown category as well.
Okay, because I'm like, oh yes, I love that. All right, next one. Is that the same night?
That's the same night right before I got crowned. Right before they called us back out to put the crown on my head.
Right. See, I knew I was
to call out the winners of per category, the overall rankings, and which crowns me. And then I'm sat in a seat, and the crown is pinned into my head.
We got that one. Yeah, I got that. And what's the next one? I think we got one more before we go into. Yes, that was that.
Yes, that is from 2022. I'm in the middle of an Atlantic Ocean on shit, I don't know if it's that freedom or Icon of the Sea. Where's Royal Caribbean?
I'm telling you, because then I see some pictures. Oh, okay.
That's the show.
I see
the designer's name is Brandon McDonald.
Okay.
From Atlanta.
Let me say, as I'm looking through your pictures, and then I see the gym pics, and I'm like, oh, she must work. She work out, because I'm like, he said you stop. I'm like, the 10,000 though. I'm like, that every picture.
It costs a lot. But then when you see those pics, I lost a great deal of weight, and I got the problem was, in full transparency, I was doing CrossFit, and it was an amazing trainer. However, I'm very sensitive, like my body, and the thing that keeps the weights from banging on the floor, is it called turf? It's really thick. It's like
it's a rubber or something. I don't know. I don't go to the gym.
Like the building doesn't shake, no sound, no nothing.
Right.
And it like you step on some stuff, and then to take dirt off your shoes. Some people work out in waist barefoot. It was breaking me out all on my back. But to be honest, the evening gown and the other gown, the rhinestones and the jewelry, all breaks me out. So me winning the next 2 days, I'm full of bumps and itches.
You're like, all right, I get this shit off.
I'm a very sensitive person.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so let's move into, because that is such a beautiful beginning, and then the darkness comes. How does that, and we don't need to know what it is, but that happens. 2014-ish, because you said you've been home nearly 10 years now?
Yes, I've been home 10 years.
Okay. So tell us how that darkness moves in. Is there something that kind of initiates this darkness that comes in and makes your beautiful life that you're performing, you're making money, you're traveling, you're in this, like, I don't want to say fairy tale world, but this world where you feel accepted and comfortable and safe and all of those things, and then something happens?
The one thing I always want very clear, despite what happened, I never faulted the other person.
Okay.
Because in full transparency, when that moment happened of a robbery, I could have easily got out the car.
Right.
But I just wanted to get home. I don't want to go do my show tonight. I just want to get home. I want to act like this did not just happen.
It didn't happen. Right.
This would be one of those things you take to your grave type moments.
Right. Yeah.
I'm being 100% honest.
I appreciate that.
It didn't, and immediately thoughts of my parents when I got about like 16 or so, and I want to go to the mall and stuff with my friends, and they used to tell me like, no. Every teenage show at that time had an episode where one of the kids went to the mall and one of the other damn kids stole something, and everybody gave hands up, you're not going to come clean, so we all getting in trouble. And I remember my parents always say, if you get into some shit behind somebody else, your ass going to stay in there at least a night. And it just so happens to be this night turned into 5 years, 1 month, and 5 days.
Oh, damn.
Yes, I do. I wish I could go back and get out the car.
Right.
And didn't actually get out the car. I never would have called the cops on a person. No, that I would not have done.
Right.
But I could have gotten out the car to alleviate myself.
Right, right.
And when I realized what was happening, I should have removed myself, which is
Right.
something I do now. I didn't at the time.
Right.
I do now.
And it's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson.
But I do fault Jersey City PD. I do fault Hudson County Correctional Facility, and I do fault New Jersey DOC. Upon the arrest, they were like treated at gunpoint. I was not. My arresting officer, he was a Caucasian male, but he wasn't a dick. He literally. I put my hands up. My hands were already up when y'all was in the car. I see a bunch of fucking white people with guns. He reached across me, unbuckled my seatbelt. I gave him my hand like a lady. And he escorted me out. And I put my other hand behind me. He cuffed me. It was never a roughing situation. He moved me to the car and put me in the backseat of the car. Another officer who was going through my pocketbook, who saw my license, who saw the M and that dead name, came back with a flashlight, looking at my ID, looking at the name, looking at me, took me out the car. Now, at this point in time, it's like a whole set of people out here on looking. he addresses only the men. Listen up, you guys, all you gentlemen. This is not a woman. This is a man. And said my name and praised me around the car with the flashlight in my head. In case y'all see them, don't ever let them trick you.
Oh.
And put me back in the cop car. And when they got me to the precinct, there were two females sitting on the bench, handcuffed to the bench. And then there was a door. The guys were taking me to the door. I was sat between the two Caucasian females. They had nothing to do with us. They were already there when we got there. This same officer, who is not my arresting officer, I see him come out here with the guys, and then you come and uncuff me and take me back there. Now, I don't really know how this is supposed to go.
Right.
But I comply, and I'm strip searched. Right then and there in front of 5 guys. And then you put me in the cell with them. Not the guys that I know. They're out here on the bench now. And you put me in there with them. I don't think it really hit me until one guy was like, oh, we gonna have fun. It started sniffing me.
Oh my gosh.
At this point in time, I wasn't this voluptuous, but I did have.
You was working on it.
I wasn't this big yet, but I did have breasts already. And them watching everything, it made me so uncomfortable. And all I kept asking was, don't I get a phone call? Don't I get a phone call? I was never getting my phone call. I asked, well, just call my mother. And I was told, for what, you're grown. I said, that ain't the point. If you don't want to give me my phone call my mother so she'll know what to do.
Right.
They don't. Ultimately, I end up at the Superior Court. I get yelled at and threatened by a sheriff because I wouldn't shut up. But you're talking about my dead name and you're saying that I have an outstanding warrant for gun trafficking from Alabama. Bitch, I never even been to Alabama. What? What are you talking about? I've never even been hemmed up by the cops. I'm just so confused. But I'm not going to sit here and tap extra shit on me.
Right. Hell yeah.
Right?
Gun trafficking from Alabama. Good God.
But I don't want to cry either at this moment in time.
Right.
They end up escorting me out, and the sheriffs put me in the holding cell with the women. They put me on the bus with the women. When they get me to the county, they couldn't put me in the cell with the women at that time, so they put me in a loose, small cell off on the side by myself. And this is where I blame Hudson County. Hudson County left me there. They forgot I existed. So y'all just brought a whole set of people in here to put in here in the county jail, and y'all just forgot a whole person over here? Right. And then when they finally get me, they do take me to PC. Now, my county, which is Hudson County, in New Jersey, they do this thing, whereas if you come in there as a biological male and you're female presenting, they put you in PC against your will, which is technically IPC. After 30 days, because you're only allowed to shower, you're not allowed out every 24 hours, every 32 hours. Right. And you're given a razor maybe like once or twice a week, a little shakeless razor. And at the end of 30 days, most of the girls look like boys again. Most of them are drag queens and stuff like that. But then you have rare cases where, like myself and another girl who was there, I got to meet her, know her while I was there. You get the option to plead your case to go to population, which of course I want to go to population because half of Jersey City that I ain't seen in a long time. Right. Clearly out there, I see them through the window. I know I'll be taken care of. I ain't thinking about the way that hurt me sexually. I know I'll be taken care of in there. Right, right. But I'm denied because of my attributes were still of a woman, the breast and everything else, and a lot of the cells are 3-man cells. And it's been they were honest to make it clear that if I get hurt, that's a lawsuit against them. Right. And they can't run that risk. So and I'm like, but why are you saying that I'm in PC? From my understanding, for anybody in the criminal system to go to PC, you have to request that. You're keeping me here against my will. Right. So that's when they tell me what is IPC. I'm like, well, it was IPC from the beginning. Hold on, what is IPC? Involuntary protective custody. I was like, so you just gonna hold me here? So, but at least give you a little more freedoms because of the circumstance. It's not. It was because of your behavior. Down every I'm allowed out 1 hour every 32 hours. And then I had some medical situations because I signed at the hospital to go ahead and get sentenced. And so the state wouldn't take me because you have me here and my vocal ability is not that much when I'm competing with a bunch of grown men who and banging on the door and they're a little cold. Right. You're not going to hear me. Right. I'm begging for medical attention. And it was just a whole shit show. They finally got their act together because the state came 2 times to pick me up because I was out on bail. So I came in sentenced. Usually once you get sentenced, within like 2 weeks of being sentenced, you're shipped off from jail to prison. But they're not going to take me discombobulated. So that's why I fought the county. And clearly DLC was a whole shit show. They kept me in the beginning for a first week at the reception center called Kraft here in New Jersey. It's no longer now. It's shut down like a year or 2 ago. They put me in lockup as if I was a violent or bad incarcerated person. They didn't have a PC situation there. And here I go. And here I don't get out at all. And when I'm took into a shower every other day, I'm only allowed to have a towel around my waist, a bar soap, and a face towel, wash rag, and cuffed to the back. So I literally got to walk down the corridor, escorted, breast out and all, with a bunch of men sitting here drinking. That was the first sign of this can't be happening. And I do know a lot of people think that I'll get to my statement in a minute, what I'm getting ready to say. Then I finally get moved to Population, which is a southern state in South Jersey. And while I'm there, I was there for 2 weeks and 4 days. On August 8th, 2009, I went to sleep and I felt my body reacting. And it wasn't like I'm too old and I'm too moaned up to be having wet dreams. This can't be possible. Right. Come to find out, my body was reacting to somebody being on top of me. He wasn't like he was in the process of mounting me. And when I wake up and I go to jump, punch me in my face, mush my head into the pillow, snatch my pants down, and rape me right there in the top bunk. I was on Unit 5, bunk 5 up, Wing D. And I'm on an all-blood unit, except for me and one other person. And for these people to be so homophobic, okay, with your fellow brethren, who just sexually violated me, y'all ain't just saying shit to him, But then the next day, August 9th, I did write a letter home to my mom. I asked, can I go to the mailbox? I have all this tissue in my ass. I don't even take a shower. Every time I kept taking a shower, everybody over the bathroom, it was like a little hotel bathroom.
They want live
toilet and a single shower. But every time I keep getting in the shower, why is the curtain keep being cracked? So I'm like trying to find little odd times to take showers. And as you can see, there were sexual desires from me that were unwanted on my end. Next thing I know, I go to bed this night and I feel people around me again. When I go to jump, keep in mind I'm sleeping on my butt. I don't want the sides. I guess I'm not sleeping on my stomach.
You ain't never gonna catch me slipping again.
Make this as difficult for your ass as possible because clearly you can outpower me.
Oh my God.
These jerk-offs decided to kick it up a notch. And I felt my wrists being snatched and my ankles. And then like this cling, cling, cling is all I could hear as I felt metal hit my body. 2 guys held me, ankle and wrist, while the other 3 beat me with combination locks. They beat the shit out of me. This is a bunch of blood gang members. This is how I quickly learned what a punk was. Because a punk, my generation, punk is a person who was scared to fight. That ain't never been me. I had no clue that y'all was calling gay men and the trans people here. And they beat the shit out of me. And I was getting psych meds, which everything else was KOPs, which is keep on person medications, except for no facility would ever, at least in Jersey, ever would allow you to keep your psych medication with you. Mm-hmm. So when you don't go to get your medication, at least that facility is very Caucasian, like a plantation. So when you don't get up and come to get your meds, they'll call for you. Because you might have overslept, might be a little sick.
Right.
I'm not responding to the CO. They call again, and now it's count time, so it's about to be noon. Because after this count, it's going to be lunch. And I still don't come. He says, "Yo, Williams, you know, they're sending the boys over here to come get you." I don't respond. Now all hell breaks loose. A big melee breaks out because between the Muslims and the Bloods, because you dummies fucked up the money. Don't you realize they put that boy over here for a reason? Because they knew y'all motherfuckers was gonna fuck up. Y'all so damn stupid. Y'all over here trying to fuck the motherfucker, and now y'all want to hurt the dumb motherfucker. Bitch, you know this motherfucker getting medications in the morning.
Right.
You beat him up that damn bad, he can't even go get the medications. Now they gonna come over here, bitch, you fucked up our money. They put for a reason, and then a whole melee broke out.
Oh my God.
They were coming over here, period.
Right.
And when they got over here and seen bloody sheets and stuff, and I couldn't move, now everybody gets hemmed up.
Everybody in trouble.
Altogether 16 people, but only 15 people spoke and told on each other. And the crazy part is, y'all call me the punk. I'm the only fucking victim here. How come I'm the only one that ain't say shit?
You're the only one that ain't tell.
I'm just getting to prison, but I didn't want a snitch. Bitch, I'm in prison. I could have snitched. I could have snitched and not been in prison at all.
Right.
So I'm snitching up in here, bitch. Clearly, I'm not gonna snitch now. And it just got real bad, real fast. That's how I found out the exact times of my attacks, the rape and the physical assault. And that's how I found out that the initial order was to stab me to death. But they were scared to take a murder charge. So.
Oh my gosh.
Another guy who actually knew me, he used to deal with one of my cousins. He had changed the order. Did whatever pull he can do to change the order. And this should have never been an order that hurt me at all.
Wow.
It was being accused, somebody else was being accused of messing with me. What the fuck? No, I don't even know this guy. But you know your
now
brother.
Everybody talking about you, gambling, betting on you, all types of shit. Now, did the violence slow down or stop after a while, or did this go on your entire time?
I thought things got better, but I ended up in solitary confinement. I get victimized by the court line officer because it's a civilian that acts as an institutionalized judge. They told me that my actions allow gang members to think that their actions are okay. I want to know, what actions did I do?
Right.
And I wouldn't tell, they said. What is there for me to tell? Bitch, you know they told on each other. I can read. I'm fucked up. One of my eyes kind of fucked up right now, but bitch, I know I can read. Bitch, they told on each other. So what the hell do I gotta tell? Yeah. Do you want to swab a print or two of me? Bitch, do you want to go check in my ass, bitch?
Right.
Still sorry, I still ain't pooped yet. You get what I'm saying? So what do I have to tell a damn thing for? All the evidence is right here.
Right.
You know? And plus they told on each other. So
right, yeah.
What is there for me to do? I guess it was a way to I look at it as the officers, that lieutenant, first shift lieutenant at the time at Southern State, you use me as a pawn. Mm-hmm. Seeing me, knowing that me being there would disrupt what was going on. Right. And stupidity, hatred, and lust ruled these black men's minds so much that you unraveled. And look what you did. You put this trauma on me, but you got yourself sent up.
Right. Yeah.
And then it calms down for a little bit once, because I'm in solitary confinement. I'm going to stand by myself all this time until I hit population and I get transferred to Rollway, which is called East Jersey State Prison. I'm pretty good there until an officer sexually assaults me. And yet again, you don't look at your cameras. This man's arm, his bicep is the size of my thigh at that time. How the hell I got him threatened for his life? But yet you went with that. Go roll the cameras back. You will see my lips never part to threaten him like he said. You will see this man throw me against the wall. Throwing me against the wall, that was inappropriate, but there should be no reason that you push your whole body against me. And then you drag me into a room and you come out the room fixing yourself, owning your pants. Come on now, use your common sense.
Right.
So then I realized at this point in time that the one thing that I thought I always had control over, I no longer have control over, which is my body. Right. Apparently, y'all all wanted the blues and the khakis, and I don't understand why the blues would want me, bitch, because you go home after 12 hours.
Right, right.
You got all the free world of ass and pussy out here, mouths and all, bitch, why you want to take me? Right. It just makes no sense. But I had started making some deals with some guys who were lifers, who I like, these having family and stuff, search them. Oh, so you got time. Like you got 2 life sentences. One of them has no parole. Oh, so you ain't going to this. You ain't got nothing to lose.
Right, right.
Keep watching flick books because I can give you a show. Just don't hurt me and promise me you won't let no one else hurt me.
Right.
If they hurt me, then you got to go back to looking at the same book that everybody shares.
Right.
It's sad to say that I was prostituting myself, but I had to do what I had to do. I called myself.
Stay alive. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for that.
That landed out the rest of my bed, and then my mom was having her little intuitions inside. So she moved back to Jersey and camping out at Trenton headquarters for DOC, and she kept a few visits. When I was finally able to start visiting with her, she knew something was wrong. But her mother's intuition. So her camping out here also, and on Trenton's neck. Because the one thing that I did do is give my mother power of attorney. Okay. Legally, medically, and financially over me. Legally, before coming to prison, this was the luxury of being out on bail, being able to
get your affairs in order.
Yeah. And with her added
she could get all your medical records, she could get everything from the inside.
It was like even when the prison gets on lockdown, they come get me and they take me to a lieutenant's office. And since we've been kids, my mom gave me my brother little code words and stuff like that. Right. So we would always know that we were okay for me to go ahead and say what I needed to say and throw a code word or 2 in there so she knows that I'm fine. I'm fine. And there would be visits. I started my visits. I think I know that I was one of the only queer people, let alone damn sure the only trans person who gets visits regularly. I get a window visit every Tuesday morning, a window visit every Thursday night, a contact visit every Saturday morning, and a contact visit every Sunday afternoon. I'm like, what did y'all think? Everybody threw me away, bitch. I'm Jennifer Love, but I got family. Right. My family was on it.
Right. Yeah, you're not the statistic that we hear about trans people or even just LGBTQ period, that their families just throw them away. That wasn't you. No. You know what I mean? And that's amazing that, you know.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, 20 years ago, that family, like you said, your family was on it, your ours, you know what I mean? Your mine, our kid, and that's that. So big up.
I've had like family be at visits and see officers try to mistreat me, and have family like my aunts and them. Let me tell you something. You can fuck with my niece, but bitch, I'm not an inmate here. I'll catch you on the street. Right. let them call home and tell me.
Right.
And
right.
I used to relish in that. I live forever.
Right, I want to go home.
Relish in those moments.
Right.
But I will say this though. There was some amazing CEOs and some amazing staff. And they did what they can do within the restraints of their positions,
right,
to not become ousted by their colleagues, to do for me, give me offers and stuff, not wanting nothing in return. Just make the most of it. There are people who requested my unit when my officers were going on vacation, when my main officers go on vacation, or they requested my unit to cover my main officer's lunch, just so they could put me in the shower by myself, for me to have a proper shower without people being hard and jerking off to me or threatening me. So, and I think I'm grateful that there was moments with paperwork. Because one thing I left out, a lot of paperwork. When they realized I was mailing, we didn't have the kiosks at the time, the electronic situation. So you had to do everything, literal write-ups and stuff like that, and get a response. And the responses would come back all blah. And then like I have a reason to lie. At a certain point in time, they realized I was mailing my copies home to my mother. So my mail wasn't going out. And I had officers who would come by my house, my family house. And or when my mother comes to visit, they would sneak. They got paperwork inside of here, and they wrap it up inside their vest, and they're sneaking it to my mother so she can have all this. Because when she was in Trenton fighting for me, she had the proof that I've been complaining about officers violating my rights. And she had the physical proof that I made a complaint about it, and it really wasn't looked into. And I'm telling you, he's violating me. He's watching me in the shower. He's come in the shower. He has touched me. There should be no, I asked officer such and such, and he said that didn't happen. Right. I didn't know about Priya, so let's be very clear. There were not signs up about Priya until like 6 months before I left. Right. And I still was never given an explanation what it was. You know how you do intake and you do orientation at prison? They talked about hyacinth, and that was even bullshit. There was a whole fucking boy. He was cute though, but that's not what my mom focused on. He was talking about, you can't get AIDS or HIV get your dick sucked. You possibly can. Right. Yes, you can. Why are you sitting here telling him that he's asking you that for a reason? You can get it. Right. You're in prison. Do your time and go home. I'm thinking about getting your dick sucked. Because I knew that was an indirect comment to me over here. Right. I ain't here for that. I don't know what these other motherfuckers are here trying to do. Bitch, I'm Jennifer Love. Bitch, I'm somebody on the outside. Bitch, I ain't kind of prison. Right. Yes. Did I fall in love and stuff like that while I was in here? Yes. Did I meet some amazing guys also, non-sexually, who got to know me from being in programs with me and seeing that I was just a regular person. It was shocked. Like I understood football, I understood basketball. And I'm like, I used to work for Giant Stadium for like 4 football seasons. Of course I know football. I come from St. Anthony's. I come from a basketball in high school. So why would I not understand that? I'm not looking at these sports for being turned on. This is my reality. You know, I used to be a Boy Scout in my previous life. Just because I became a girl, I didn't forget these things.
Yeah. And your life don't change.
And then I was seeing a lot of Black men who were fathers. And I wanted to instill in some of these men that just because you're in here, you can still have talks with your sons and your daughters through phone or at visits. You can't be on the phone yelling at their mother, calling their mothers bitches, because they're hearing that. And you can't be telling them you need to be doing your homework, pay attention when you ain't got a GED, at least. How about some officers end up letting me I got nothing out of it just because it was the right thing to do, especially for Black men, to tutor like about overall 20 guys to get their GEDs. I was happy that even when I came home, like 3 more has sent me copies of their diploma. And I was just like, I thank y'all for doing this. Because what people don't know, a lot of people don't know, is that when I went to college, my major is mathematics, secondary education. I went to college to be a high school math teacher.
Okay.
It's just that I found Jennifer. I found my inner self.
Hey, like, man,
kids, no. It's like that.
Right. I love it. And thank you for taking us through that, having the courage to essentially relive that again and being vulnerable and sharing that, because you're on the other side of that. And look at you, you're smiling, you're laughing. And I love that for you. I love that for us, because we wanted to talk about mental health, because all of that trauma, all of that everything. And guess what? Some jokers out here act like, oh, I got it, like that ain't fucked me up. Get the fuck out of here. It absolutely did. I know you're crazy just by you saying that. And so the fact that you recognize that you're doing something about it, you're constantly working at it, like it's just a strength. That's a woman's strength. Let me tell you that.
To be fully transparent, then you brought up the mental health. What a lot of people don't realize is that I do the work that I do. But sorry, I'm sharing. Sorry, y'all. I just shared it before, but it's actually not since it's actually been live. Sorry. Okay, cool. A lot of people don't realize that I'm not a female, but I am a woman. Mm-hmm. I keep hearing these comments from people, especially the Black community. I was born a woman. What size book you came from? When was you ever born a woman? You were born a female child. Mm-hmm. And clearly I was born a male child. Womanhood and manhood is, you have to earn that. Just because you were born a male doesn't make you a damn man, because I can show you several males my age, 8 kids, 6 baby mamas, ain't had a job, his own apartment, a legalized car yet, but that's supposed to be a man.
Right. Okay.
You made 10 offspring that you ain't take care of. You got 4 of them who haven't never even met you.
Right.
Come on now, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's real right.
I'm not taking nothing from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my own space. Like I said, I claim my womanhood since the beginning of this. When back here, I asked them like, "What are you?" I'm a straight Black woman. I've never been a female. In my identification markers do say female. But no one can ever say they heard Jennifer Love say she's a female. I am not. But I am a woman.
Gotcha.
I had to grow into that. Not a female. Mm-hmm. There was these moments of mental breakdowns leading up to prison. There was the internal battle of trying to be what everybody wanted me to be. I wanted to make my brother happy, my parents happy, the sorry-ass relationship I was in, wanted to make him happy. If I'm this, you'll be happy. If I'm that, you'll be happy. If I'm this, you don't cheat, you'll be happy. You'll finally get here to help me. It was just draining. It was like, what is this? What is here for Jennifer? How did I finally have to live my truth? I'm living my truth, and as the years go on, I'm becoming more comfortable in myself, yet I'm hollow. Mm-hmm. Drugs is here. I'm sniffing coke and drinking fucking Budweisers with like a splash of Budweiser with a whole thing of Georgie's vodka over here, and I still can't function.
Right.
My body is worn down. My father passes away. We never dealt with death, so everything is fucking me up. So clearly, I can't please everybody. If I could please everybody, he would still be here. My mind is telling me I am losing my shit. And as Black folk, we're not taught to seek help. We're not even taught to discuss. Actually, I can't even say we're discouraged not to talk. We are told what goes on in the house stays in the fucking house. In your mind is your house. Right. gotta stay in there. My mind became that closet that you just fucking throw everything in. Oh, neighbors coming over here, my friends coming over here, aunt coming over here, throw all that shit in the closet, close the door. And the door burst open. I thought the best way for me to find peace was to exit. So I became suicidal. The incarceration part's here. Even after I thought that I possibly was mentally a little better,
right?
I was still eating away at myself. And then some of the traumas from prison, I myself thought that I got this,
right?
Me, but that wasn't the case. I'm living in a house by myself. The house I grew up in, it became a new prison. At nighttime, like I'm scared to go to sleep at this time. The slightest noise, I'm thinking I'm about to get run down on. One day I watched a movie. It had a little rapey scene. It fucked with my mind.
Right.
I watched everything about For Color Girls.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I'm telling you. Yes. Triggering all day. All day.
So badly. I had tried to off myself again in 16, and then I tried to exit last time, which came with hospitalization and a threat for civil commitment, was in 2018. In that process, I had the therapist, but I don't think I had the right therapist. You have people who do it for a job.
Right. Yeah.
You have teachers who do it for a job. You have some teachers who do it because this is their passion. I happened to get placed with a therapist. He was a Hispanic queer male.
Okay.
But the thing was, he was open and pure enough to make me trust him, to trust his process. And currently I have a Hispanic female. A woman, a female, and I have a new psychiatrist, which used to be a woman of color. Now, psychiatrist is a Caucasian male, but I've known him for quite some time.
So that's the trust.
But I also was blessed to have people who always knew that I was this bright light, me and my chocolate self, and my light was dim. And knowing that this bitch talks too damn much, she's not talkative, something is wrong.
Right.
So
where's she at?
We had this village that fought for me to get, fought me to keep myself.
Right.
Right. And in that process, starts to form this version that you guys all get to see and sit with now.
Thank you.
I put entertainment no longer became a priority. I didn't want to date, so I didn't want to be a mother. I don't want to be a girlfriend. I need a partner.
Right. That's the word. That's the word.
These motherfuckers out here, oh, you gonna suck it? Bitch, how about you suck your own dick? Bitch, I'm tired. Do you work? How about you help me pay a bill? Help me pay half the bills, but to suck the dick every night. Bitch, you pay all the bills. Bitch, I get to be pretty. Bitch, I'll pay there for you, okay?
Right.
I'm the breadwinner.
Right.
Get out of my face.
Yes.
Get out of my face. You understand that I pay men to maintain the house.
Right.
I pay men, a male, a son who does my hair, weaves, braids, everything. He does everything. My nail technician does my feet and my nails. That's a man. My plastic surgeon is a man. It's a bunch of how come all these men are around me? Birthdays, Christmas, I got you. But bitch, you can't, but you want your dick sucked. Bitch, get out of here. I'm tired.
Right.
It gets draining, and I found myself trying to live up to a perfect standard. And then I had to learn the process, which was what Mike, the therapist who got me to trust. There was no such thing as perfect. So many people chase it. That's how we felt. I think that's where my mental broke. I think the reality set in that I couldn't be perfect.
Right.
All I can do is be me.
That is such a gem. I mean, for all of us. For all of us, that is such a gem.
And I still have a therapist, FYI, so don't ever think I'm far removed.
Oh, right. Oh, you're not the only one.
I go in person. Now I'm down to every other week, and when I can't make it in person, I could be in the airport. I would go in the bathroom and go have a conversation.
Yes. We highly encourage self-care, therapy, explaining that, therapy doesn't mean you're weak. It means that there's something about you or something that's happening that you don't necessarily know how to handle. You know what I mean? It gives you some tools and gives you some perspective and having a conversation like your girlfriend. You know what I mean? They just know different things and they help you through that. You know, and so we have such a stigma about, therapy and getting people to help us through some mental shit that we can't handle. And believe me,
to be honest,
I'm not trying to do that by myself.
I'm glad you brought that word up, stigma. I did a focus group. I did it right here in my city, and this is maybe like in the beginning of May. I didn't know, you ever done something that you didn't know was needed? I just sat back and watched. I was unparticipant. I was like, I'm here, I'm present, but I'm not participating.
Right.
And I listened to people that look like me, meaning black. I don't care about the black and brown. I'm just talking about the black people. Pissing me off. Some of you younger than me, some are older, but it pissed me off. This is not Tuskegee. I get it. I need you guys to be better. Y'all focused on the wrong shit.
Right.
If you look at these other races and other cultures, they not trying to fucking put HIV on the next one. They don't give a fuck who's sucking and who eating ass, and they don't care about that. They can, let me tell you something, these Caucasians, they may talk shit about they don't like the trans experience and the gays is pushing the agenda. But let me tell you one thing. They ain't gonna pick Caitlyn. They ain't gonna pick Caitlyn over Trump.
Right.
God damn it, they're gonna pick Caitlyn over Rashid.
Facts.
And the only way Rashid may get picked, Rashid gonna be a coon or bootlicker. He's gonna be a black man who refuses to acknowledge and date his own damn race, and you came out of a black woman.
Right.
He's gonna be that coon who fails to realize that it's never designed for everybody to get through the door.
Right.
But don't talk down to the ones who can't make it through the door, because they can make another door.
Right.
They probably can't go in that door. You didn't make it through that door. They pulled you through here, dummy. They knew you was gonna get up here. And shuck and jive.
Right.
And do what Master said. I'm watching this. When you sit here, so many topics. You go on social media. Now, oh no, I see my white friends. Your white friends are coming on Black Threads, coming on Black X, Twitter, formerly known as Black Twitter. They're coming on the Black feeds to amp it up, and y'all dummies are falling for it. We got a battle ahead of us. Have y'all not paid attention that these motherfuckers want to take us back to before? To a time when none of us was here. They want to take us back there.
Right.
Everybody who's living, every black person who is living right now, they want to take us back to a time before any of us was living.
Right.
When we were slaves, some of y'all not even here in this continent. Okay? Right. Understand that. What part of y'all not? There was a time when there was some unity here. Right. I get involved when I read about our black history. I'm taking nothing away from Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, but I've heard about y'all all my life. We have some black folk who've been here moving and shaking, who've been kicking down doors and fighting, busting ass.
Right.
to make sure that we as the people had something.
Yep.
The unity. How do you think we ever even had something remotely called the Black Wall Street? That was unity. Mm-hmm. We would never be able to have that.
No.
Or we can have a Black Twitter, some fuckery. I don't need a Black Twitter.
Right. No. I need a Black bank. I need a Black realtor.
Oh.
I need a Black employer, Black entrepreneur, all of that. Black doctors, Black psychologists, Black psychiatrists, all of that.
Do you know that there's literally Black folk who sit here and they come out their mouths and say shit like, I met a black guy. I didn't know he was an officer. I met him. We went on a date. We in 24, 22. We went to Hoboken. He left me. He put out orders and went to the bathroom. He left me with his card. Like, no, I don't want to hold your card. So I'm sitting here and I see this S on the wall. Everybody here Caucasian. I'm not racist. Everybody Caucasian except for me, him in the bathroom, and there's one Black guy who I don't think know he Black. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I keep seeing this fucking essence on this wall like a snake. This shit looks familiar. I don't know why. I happen to find a seat. White gentleman offered me a seat. I have a seat. I look up. Oh, bitch, I know you lying. Oh, come on now. He come out here. I'm like, oh, this how we go. Why the hell would you bring me to a cop club? Oh, not with no bunch of blue lives matter up there. Ain't no big deal.
Right.
You me, bitch. So you gonna tell me that you okay with the motherfucker telling me that uniform that goes on and off and saving your skin? I know you lying. Well, I'm a cop. I said, oh, shit. Okay, date over. You had me okay. I feel probably to that with you being a cop. But bitch, you didn't tell me that you're not okay with that. Yes, I'm trans. Yes, I'm a business owner. Yes, I'm a woman and I'm phenomenal. But bitch, besides all of that, guess what I am? The one thing my parents knew that I was, no matter what.
Right.
Was that they had a Black child coming. That's the one thing they knew. They didn't know what complexion, what sex, sex I was going to be born, but I'm going to identify later, but they knew I was going to be Black. And I ain't taking nothing from nobody, and I'm never down in the next race because I don't know what the next race's fight is. Right. But I find it odd that we are in a time and y'all don't see nothing wrong where I listen to Black folks sit here and say, I don't want to vote. Right? For what I'm voting for, motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me. How about the same way you're raising the next Michael Jordan and the next LeBron James? How about you raise the next president, the next mayor? How about that?
Yes.
And if you're raising him or her or them, guess what? The next set of generations going to vote because him, her, or their classmates is going to be the next people put them in. They're going to be their cabinet. How about that?
Absolutely. And so you touched on something because I know we can go on, and on. And so this is our guest all the time. Like we could just go on. I'm like, I need to have you back because there's a whole other set of conversations
that's going in my mind.
And that's it. I'm just in awe. I'm just like, oh my God. Because look, when we first talked, did we talk about any of this? Nope. No. I just had to remind you some of the things that we said.
I love the pure conversation. Just go and let's go.
Absolutely. But I want to toot your horn and talk about, because you said it, you're a business owner. So talk about the Gen Love Project and Black and Pink NYC. Okay. You mentioned it, but we don't know what that is.
Well, I have some more.
You're getting mad love. You're getting comments and love. Love you, Mom. August Leo, Jason Williams, Isaac McDonald. Like you got
that's my
yeah, you got your folks is on here and they shouting you out. So I just wanted to let you know. I know you're not looking at anything. You folks. So I'm gonna let you know you here. They showed up and then they're showing you love.
I have more than just those two, but let me start with my baby. Gen Love Project. When I came home and I went to my first, not my very first parole intake, but my first parole at the meeting, my officer, and I come and do my first drug test, and I seen some people in the waiting room that I crossed paths with throughout the incarceral bid, and they weren't bad people to me. And I see that they were staying in shelters and stuff like that. So I would do, I got anything? I had a phone on at this point in time. So I gave them my number. And when I came home, my family was assuming that for the last a little more than a half decade, you've been having to use male products. So we didn't know what you were going to do or want. So we decided to get half the bed all male products, the other half all female products. Clearly, I'm not wearing those. Me having no other choice, and me having a choice, yeah, I'm not gonna wear that. So I started busting open the packs of male products and giving them to the guys who I would cross paths with. And my doctor's office gives me bus cards and night rail tickets to make sure you always get back to your appointments and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and pass these off to these people so they can get to parole and stuff. Like parole does not give you shit, but they want to control you though.
Right.
So that's how it initially starts, and then as time goes on, as I gain, I give more to people, but it was pretty much only males. And then I had 1 or 2 females that I happen to have known, and like 2 females and 1 trans woman and 1 out gay male who I was also assisting. And then one day I was being prepped for my first big panel. I'm heading off to Dallas. I'm already a part of Black and Pink, which I'll get to in a minute. Keep in mind, let me pause right there. I was doing a body positive photo shoot one day, and my incarceration was still public record at that time. And so I was blindsided with some questions. And my incarceration came up, and you can see, if you ever watch that live stream, you can see that I was shook because I didn't know how to answer it. I wasn't prepared for that. I mean, it was entertainment questions of me being Jennifer Love, the ooh, the ah, the oh, not the formerly incarcerated person. But I'm glad that I did answer and I let my passion just go. In terms of how Black and Pink reached out to me and they sent for me to come to DC, and then they seen that me putting me in the room with a bunch of other activists and people who coined themselves as abolitionists and some philanthropists. They watched me sell myself. Oh, I know how to sell myself boots. But nevertheless, so back place I'm with Black and Pink, and we were doing a discussion in Dallas, and they brought me along and had me be one of the speakers also. And I was like, I was so nervous, and it was like, you got this, trust me, we see you, you got this. But I was asked upon my prep if I was given $50,000, what would I want to do with it? And I had said, selfishly, oh bitch, I'm about to be the Black Barbie. Realistically, I've been doing this thing since I've been home, and I would like to make it like something permanent and bigger. And they asked me to tell them about it. Told them about it, and I was told if I can get it off the ground, that they'll become my fiscal sponsors, which is Black and Pink. So,
oh shoot!
Okay, yeah. So I had to try that together. But now, as far as the Gen Love Project, provides welcome home packages to recently released and soon to be released LGBTQ plus folk coming home from prisons and jails along the East Coast. However, I do not turn down anyone who reaches out to me. I've done some news articles. I have people from Texas and California who have written out, and I have sent them packages. I would never turn anyone who identifies as that away, because I'm blessed to have the mental help that I needed to let me know that there's people who are like me, worse or possibly less, and I want to do my part to help them re-enter back into the free world. And FYI, I am grassroots and Black women-led, Black trans women-led, so you can always make a donation at genloveproject.org. That's genloveproject.org. Once again, that's genloveproject.org. Okay, now, my next affiliation is Black and Pink NYC. I am one of the lead organizers. It's a team of 6, and we service New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. We have damn near about 400 members who just us 6. And we do have volunteer people from the communities who come in to help us do mail processing. And we do mail processing, commissary support, welcome home support as well. We do prison visits, prison phone calls. We do birthday cards, pride moments, thinking of yous. We do a quarterly newsletter, and we are encouraging our members to who have the talents of writing and art to make submissions to us so we can help them become, because these are talented. There's a lot of people who are incarcerated who are extremely talented, who are extremely smart, and no one is there to foster that. And the DOCs and the BOJs and the BOPs do not foster that. No. Keep them pigeonholed in the head. So, and then we have
we're going to get connected on that.
A hot pink zine, which is more erotic, which our members, as well as some staff and community, help make this amazing for these amazing men, women in them days. I think I didn't leave anything out.
I love it. I love it.
I have, clearly, we have, I serve as vice chair to Black and Pink National, which is the home base, my fiscal sponsor, NYC's chapter sponsor, but I also am a lead organizer with Reclaim Pride. Reclaim Pride focuses on, it takes place, puts on a Queen Liberation March that takes place the same day as Pride, but we're not corporate sponsored, no police, fuck the popo. No offense to y'all, but no fuck the popo. And always remember that Pride and celebrate Pride. I want you to be you. Love is love, but always remember Pride was started by Black trans women from New Jersey, and the first Pride was definitely a riot. Okay, now I also do some work with the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women.
Yes, big up to them. They're partners.
Andrea James and so many others. These women, they just did the 10-year anniversary and did the March in Washington. An amazing group, and we have our free her every year. These women, I met Andrea James and Families for Justice is Healing out in Massachusetts via Zoom. They heard some little noise about me, and they were one of my first big donors to get the Gen Love Project professionally and legally off the ground. They have poured into me. In addition to Black and Pink first and then second. So I have people who believe in me, and I refuse to let these Black people, these people of color, these queer folk, these people who believe in the community just like I do down. And then I also serve as a board member for Rainbow Garden State Sports, which focuses on the inclusivity of the LGBT community in the world of sports. Please look up all of these names. I forgot to give you all the email address. I mean, the web pages for everything. Lastly, I am your reigning Miss Gay New Jersey, which is in connection to the Beacon Light Fund, which is a New Jersey-based organization that raises money all year long, and we serve those living with AIDS and those who are disabled because of HIV with some kind of a one-time stipend to help with utility, rent, medication, surgical supplies. Everything helps, whether you know it or not. Before we finish, I will give you guys the names and everybody's wearing pages again.
We will get all of that. We will not, because I am thoroughly impressed that you remembered them all, because I'd be like, ooh, I mean, I got notes and all kinds of stuff out here. I gotta write things down because my brain just goes all the way. And so
everybody is accepting donations. You can find everybody.
Yes, like and follow on all the social medias, and share this out. Please subscribe to Purely Speculation. It's a Reuniting Family Bail Fund on our YouTube channel, all of that stuff. But before we get to the what the fuck moment, I have another set of slide pics that I want to that you touched on. So we don't have to do too many. But there's a couple that I'm like, oh, let's talk about this. So let's get to those. Yep. So that. I love the afro, and the other one, you just so pretty, and I'm like, oh, that drink looks good. All right, where are we here?
Okay, the one with the yellow shirt. I'm at a restaurant, a Caribbean restaurant here in Jersey City called Harry's Daughter, and I was celebrating a friend who was moving away. I have to get the face reality that I can't keep my core right under me. Right. I have to allow them to spread their wings. And besides, with them spreading their wings and going places, I get to come near and pop my shit.
Right.
My cousins know where they are. And the afro, I was in San Francisco at a conference, and I decided my shirt says Black trans as fuck. So Black period, trans period as fuck. So, and I had an afro wig from a show from Black History Month. So I said, you know what? I'm about to walk into this conference day one, bitch, being pro-Black.
Oh, all right. So you mentioned it, but also I don't know, because when we first shout out to Kiana at Prince George's County Life After Release. So that's the connection that I saw on Facebook when I was like, oh, we got so my girl Kiana, but she's also, I believe, part of the Free Her movement and the formerly incarcerated women and girls. Shout out to Andrea and Taz and all of Dawn and all those women. Like I met them. I have yet to get to a Free Her rally because I'm always doing something else. You know what I mean? That I just can't. I haven't been able to get to one yet, but that is all my list.
Being welcomed in to the Free Her National Council and the Free Her movement by Andrea and Jazz, Tab, it meant a lot because typically especially when it's women, other Black women, trans and cisgendered, it's toxic. We, in each other's faces, we uplift each other sometimes, but behind each other's backs, we are our biggest enemies. I think that's the whole thing of the Black community, period.
Right, yeah.
But meeting them, and one of the first questions that was asked of me was, what do you need to make sure your voice and women like you are heard?
Right.
I said, well, first things first is not to allow someone else to talk for us. Let me talk for me. Let me talk for me. Right? And I was ushered in and welcomed, and I've never been in a Free Her moment. I've been across the country with these amazing, talented women and men and them theys. This is not just a movement. It's not a movement. It's what needs to happen. And it will continue to need to happen until justice is done properly. In this space, I've gotten to meet some amazing sisters from across the country and a little beyond.
Right.
And this is where we're not here, and there's some amazing fellas and non-binary folks here with us as well. When at these moments, it's not about what separates us.
Right.
We're here for the cause together. Okay.
Right.
There's levels to incarceration that we don't think about. I never even thought about the fact of the damage that I've done. Well, not I've done, but I've done to allowing myself to be hemmed up, that I put on my family. How many mothers are suffering because of their sons are in here? How many fathers are here? These moments are broken down, and I had to sit with these women, and I met a female. I can't remember the name of her org, and I'm so sorry if you're watching. I am so sorry. But I know they focus on helping women get their children back. Because I had to come to terms and realize, because I'm not a biological
kidnapping people's kids. They are kidnapping kids.
That the average Black woman, if cops come involved, they don't ask her, hey, do you have anyone that you can call to come get the kids? They usher their babies off to diapers and YCS or Child Protective Service, whatever your state calls them. And then adopt them out so fast, and you can't find them, and you got to go through hoops and bounds to show that you're a fit mother, all because a motherfucker at Walmart, a fat ass Karen, accused you of stealing. You got cameras, watch cameras, and you know I would have stolen. You should have watched cameras before you came to approach me. Type stuff like that. And these were levels of incarceration that I wasn't thinking about because it's not me. But in these moments, I've got to sit back, and some of the sisters that I've met, to sit back and be like, I am so honored to sit at these tables and in these spaces with women, mainly Black women, but women nonetheless, who are vocal, who are vigilant, who are doing the damn thing, who are fighting every day, not just for themselves and their families, but for others as well. This fight is not over no time soon. And God forbid if 45 we come back to president again.
You know what it is. You know what they already trying to do. And
another organization
time in other states.
Another organization that I got to get affiliated with because of my affiliation to the National Council in Black and Pink is the Bard Institute. They're a Georgia-based, Atlanta-based org, but it's to help. I went to a 3-day event down there, and I got to meet other incarcerated business owners from across the country who are doing the work business-wise to educate, to help reform the next set of us after, because this, whether you like it or not, you may think it's not your job, but it's supposed to be all of our jobs. Someone had to break their back. Not my parents. Some people fought hard and lost a lot for me to have the privileges that I have.
Right.
For my parents to have them, let alone for me. It's my job not to just squander it. It's my job to sit here and fight for the others who are voiceless and everything else. That is my damn duty.
Yes.
I don't. There's a lot that I do that I don't publicize. Like, I've never felt the need to publicize who I assist or things of that nature. I don't. What am I doing? That's not my purpose. I help you. That's my job. That's my goal. And I need you to just never give these motherfuckers the opportunity to ever put you back behind bars.
I know that's right. So we are going to get right to it and hit your what the fuck moment. So this is a moment in the this is a segment in the show that we just kind of ask what kind of blows your mind about something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, because we, what the fuck, just like an emotion, it can be, positive, negative, or whatever. So what's your what the fuck moment that makes you scratch your head or be like, God damn, what the fuck?
My what the fuck moment? I don't know how to word it. I touched on it already. I'm just disappointed in my own people.
Right.
We are so out of touch, and we have so much hatred for each other, but we're so respectful or kiss ass to others.
Right.
And the reality of things is, I got less issues to worry about this country is funding a war that has nothing to do with us.
Genocide.
Understand me and understand me clear. I am never okay with war, especially with innocent people being hurt. Now, y'all two motherfuckers want to go fight, bitch, knock yourselves out. Go over there. Don't come in here.
Fucking with us.
At the same token, we are at a war right here in this country. And my melanated body, just as yours, is at stake. We can sit here and there was a time when the term colored people was only for us. Take that colored ass in that back door. Go around back. Coloreds only. No others were here, just us. Now the term is so used for a unity moment, and I'm never separating. But it's the reality. The Black slave gaining freedom was never given, and no, I didn't serve it. I didn't slave. So, right. So I'm not saying I need reparations. I'm not saying don't give it to me. If you give it to me, I'm taking.
Right.
We're in a moment where we will stab and kill each other. First of all, don't fucking stab and kill nobody. Right.
We have to have a reverence. We have to have a reverence for each other.
But where is the uplifting? I remember growing up, and I used to hear about certain drug dealers. Like parents to your other room, I can still hear y'all though. Y'all talked about drug dealers and stuff like that, and I seen like a pimp. I didn't know who was a pimp. I just thought he was a guy with some beautiful hair and a fabulous car with some pretty ladies around. Watching these drug dealers and these people giving back to the community that they were taken from.
Right.
Now it's not that. Now it's everything is let's stab each other in the back. If y'all stop and think when y'all read, if you even read, we had so much and we didn't get it because it was given to us. We created it. We band together, put our little bit of resources together and made something. And can you imagine what we can do in a uniformed, respectful setting?
Right.
You know, is enough space for everyone to live. I was asked, what did my perfect world look like? I said, my perfect world, everybody should have their 40 acres and a mule. Every family should have their 40 acres and a mule and expand from there. There will be no highs, there will be no lows. Clearly, there will be a bunch of drug addictions around here. But this is the reality of it. The incarceral system does look very brown. We like it or not. We have a lot of people who are not being treated properly. They should not even be in a prison, regardless of the alleged crime. And I'm going to say alleged. Just because the jury found them guilty doesn't mean they're actually guilty. Right. Some people need mental health help. Some need addiction help. Some people are just surviving. Right. Sex work is work. Okay. I'm saying this mad because he ain't getting the cut. But bitch,
that's it.
Y'all were penalized while she.
They gonna legalize that after they legalize cannabis. that's gonna set the blueprint. That's the blueprint. Like, oh, this is how we can do that.
Y'all sit here and give the white boy who go to church and kill 9 people a slap on the wrist, but the black boy who's 15 who sold drugs. You trying to charge this child as a whole grown ass man who killed somebody.
20 years, yeah.
Are you kidding me? And y'all don't want to get out here and vote. You can't expect a bunch of great white hopes to come here and save us if we don't even want to save ourselves. Right. Come on now. I get excited when I see black people just doing it. I don't ever feel jealous. When I see the black couples, I don't give a shit if they cis, trans, gay, or straight. When I see black on black love, I get excited because I know that it is possible, and it's still possible. We all not running to others.
Right.
I'm not knocking interracial dating. I'm just saying.
Right.
These are the things that I'm seeing in the everyday world, and I sit here and I'm just like, I wonder if things are ever going to change. This is not what I grew up with, and this far in life, I thought things should be looking better. I should never have a fear that my nieces and nephews are not possibly going to make it to the good old age, and getting to read what my brother and his wife has created for them because of the crazy world we live in. Come on now, this is too much.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so we are right. And like your name says, like the title of this show, The Journey to Love, you know, as cliche as it may sound, and that, you know, we don't believe that love conquers all. It's like it does, though. That you have to start somewhere. And I think love is the place to start. And I appreciate you for sharing all the love and all the wisdom that you have with us. And look, I'm gonna be like, The Price is Right. And for your participation on the show, you get this wonderful. So this is, let me make sure I get in the frame. This is our Protect Your People. This is from the Participatory Defense Movement. This is our edition. We have, you know, I made the Bert and Ernie shirt. So we have a bunch of ones. You're going to get yours in the mail, and anybody that's interested, hit us up.
Before I go, I want to say this. We're often taught as people that we're put here to be with another person. Fuck that shit. Okay? With a capital F-U-C-K.
Right.
Love is key. That is so true. But the love that is key is the same love that none of us were ever taught. And that is self-love.
Right. Right.
You can't be your best you if you don't even fucking like yourself.
Right.
I can't expect you to uplift me when you don't even love your damn self.
That's right.
I can't expect you to sit out here and do for the community when you don't love yourself.
Right.
Self-love is the most important love that you will ever find. When you find self-love, trust me, things will start to make a little more sense. Things will become a little more easier. Things won't be things won't become so easy to break you because you have that inner love. And sometimes a lot of us think that we had it because I thought that I had it. I may have had confidence, but I did not have self-love. And this is one of the things that the mental health journey has taught me to put that value into me. You can't complete me if I can't complete my damn self. When you sit here and you add and subtract, you're adding and subtracting numbers that are already here and here to create this. So I gotta be this salad here, and you gotta be this salad here for us to come here and make this salad here.
That's right. That's right. And so don't hop off just yet, but we are about to close. And like I said earlier to everybody, like and follow the Reuniting Family Bail Fund, Participatory Defense, Purely Speculation, not on the list. The list goes on of all of the things that we're doing, the partners that we're making, the family members, because this is my sister now. We sisters. We sisters now, y'all. But look, I'm an older sister because I'm older than you, like, believe it or not. Thank you. And so with that, we say thank you again. God bless you so much. I wish nothing but all the success with and plus we're going to connect, we're going to network and do some things. And y'all just be good, be safe, and peace. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Purely Speculation. If you learned something, share something. Please like, follow, and share this show. The more our communities know, the more they are empowered, and the faster we can create change. Purely Speculation would not be made possible without the generous support of the Community Justice Exchange, the Health Sparks Frank E. Boston Black Justice Fund, Philadelphia Foundation, and Reform Alliance. Thank you.
Booyah. Intuition different, already lived and dreamt it. Visions make my vision clear as I'm jogging through this fucking life. I beef, fuck like what the fuck said. Body and I'm all set. Baby, can you be my Cardi B on an offset?